China is having a problem.
Young people are now actually paying money to pretend they have a job. And there are entire office buildings renting out fake workstations where no one actually works, but everyone acts like they're busy.
These fake offices are getting extremely popular in China, and it starts to make sense once you understand what's really going on in here.
Just a decade ago, it seemed like China's economic takeover of the world was inevitable. But in recent years, the country has faced major setbacks not only due to the pandemic, but also in the form of property crisis, tariffs, and most importantly, unemployment among the youth. According to a government survey, youth unemployment has recently peaked to 21%, the highest it's ever been. In China, being unemployed is not only a financial problem, but also a social one. There's enormous pressure to appear successful in the eyes of your peers and your parents, since failing to do so would bring shame to you and your family.
So in a situation like this, what do you do when you're unemployed in a country where your entire worth is tied to your job and appearances are everything? You fake it till you make it.
This office and all the people working here are only pretending to do so. For only a couple of dollars a day, many young people in China are renting desks in these type of fake offices in order to appear to be going to work to people around them.
In the heart of the business district in the Chinese city Chongqing lies a fake company.
This is the reception area, but there's nobody there. This is an office with a nice view, but we only use it to play video games and take naps.
In actual fact, these fake employees are jobless, choosing instead to pay €6 daily to spend up to 8 hours a day here.
Some of these fake offices even go as far as providing fake manager rooms with leather chairs where customers can pose as a higher up and take photos of themselves. And in a fake office like this, how much you pay decides if you're assigned to a desk with a working computer or not.
This is our workspace. There are computers and printers, but they don't work.
After the pandemic, when demand for remote working went down, many remote offices needed to find new lucrative ways to attract customers. When one of these pretend-to-work offices went viral on Chinese TikTok, other similar places joined the craze quickly. And since then, many abandoned office buildings around China have been transformed into fake workplaces where the young and the unemployed can escape the social pressure. As with any shady business that takes advantage of people in a troubled situation, many of these places have started skirting the law and are now providing fake internship certificates and making social insurance payments like the pension on the behalf of their customers in order to make it seem like they are officially employed.
But to really understand why these places exist, first we need to understand the people who are using them.
Jia Wei, who used to work in e-commerce before his company shut down, now spends his days at cafes from where he applies to new positions, all the while his family still thinks he is working in e-commerce. He says that unemployment has been stressful for him and he doesn't want to pass that negativity surrounding it to his family. In order to keep the appearances up, he still follows his old work schedule and even routinely pretends to work late. Another individual named Chen is a 29-year-old semiconductor worker who's now using his 2 months of severance pay to hide his unemployment from his girlfriend while he's figuring out his next career step. Many of the people pretending to work in these offices share a similar story. They were laid off or are in a transitional phase in their careers, and rather than let the people around them know that they are struggling, they instead spend their days in a fake office to maintain appearances. Though, admittedly, considering the age we live in, I wouldn't be fully surprised if a large portion of the people going to places like this are kids with rich parents who are doing anything they can to avoid actually having to work. After all, sending a picture of yourself from an office desk is more than enough proof to most parents that you're out there doing something with your life.
For 21-year-old Danny Wu, it's the extra touch that makes the concept enticing and believable.
I take photos of my work environment. My family always asks me what I do. I can give them proof. 个胶带什么的。
This is a bogus business registration certificate she will later show her parents. But some admit they're not even looking for a job.
The job market is not good, and when you have a real job, you often have to work overtime.
Some of these fake companies even go as far as providing the people with lunch twice a day, supervisors looking over them, and actual simulated work-like activities.
The office used to be a travel agency, and they like to pretend it is still one.
However, not every pretend-to-work experience is the same, since after this whole concept became extremely viral on Chinese TikTok, every net cafe, coffee shop, and even library wanted to jump in on the trend and start providing their own pretend-to-work packages, like all-you-can-drink coffee for 8 hours while you work, which to them is business as usual, but this way they get to attract remote workers curious about the trend.
These fake offices aren't the first or last fake it till you make it phenomena in China, since the country has already become famous as the place where people stay at work late without doing any actual work in order to appear dedicated to the management. And also, some companies have been known to hire white foreigners to pose as business partners in order to appear international.
The simple fact is that in a country where looks are all that matters, looks are all you're going to get. And let's not forget, it's not like people in other countries don't care about their work appearances, because let's be honest, every country has its own version of pretending. In China, it's renting a desk in a fake office, and in the West, it's inflating your LinkedIn profile until your 3-month internship sounds like you ran the whole place. And hey, let the person who has never pretended to work throw the first stone. Because I think all of us can admit to playing a game or two on company dime in 2021 during the lockdowns.
How China is going to tackle its economic situation where young people are now paying to pretend to work is anyone's guess. The rise of these fake offices is just one symptom of a deeper crisis, since today millions of young Chinese are caught in a system where hard work doesn't guarantee success anymore. The property market's collapse has wiped out savings, jobs in tech and real estate are drying up, and for many, the dream of Chinese prosperity feels like a broken promise.
Because of this, not everyone is even faking it. Some have completely given up. Right now, many young Chinese people are choosing the path of tongue ping, lying flat, which means living minimally, avoiding marriage, and refusing to chase that dream that seems out of reach. Sounds familiar.
And in essence, one could say that the fake offices and lying flat are two sides of the same coin. One group pretends to play the game, while the other doesn't even try. The underlying fact is that China is in trouble, and many of the country's problems stem from cultural reasons which might take generations to change.
And until such a change happens, many people are going to rent out the fake office and fake it till they make it.